Welcome back. You're watching your home of business. This is KTN Financial Markets Live, and it is time to have our afternoon business chat where today I'm talking to the CEO of My Homes Property, Mwenda Thuranira. Karibu sana.
Asante.
And welcome to Nairobi.
Thank you.
Mwenda, how is the property market in Mombasa?
Property market in Mombasa, it has been in the boom for the last like 3 years, 4 years, and we still see a upward trend. Since the more people move to Mombasa, the more the demand.
When you talk about property in Mombasa, we always think of luxury buildings, beachfront developments where rich Italians would come for holiday. Is that the case, or do we have opportunities for the ordinary Kenyan?
Yes, we do. Actually, you know, Mombasa is a major tourism hub, and is a major port. It's a port city. So those are the main drivers of the market. So you see, like people from outside, they just come to Mombasa for those two reasons, either to visit for holidays, or they're coming to port to do some business. But apart from that, there's a big, where do all these people live? The people working in the industry.
They live somewhere.
They live somewhere by the end of the day. So, I mean, there's a large, huge market out there, for example, for commercial buildings, things like go downs. We have a big shortage. Commercial areas, commercial spaces. We have seen 2 new malls which just opened the other day, and they are booming in business. I mean, there's opportunity, there's room for more.
At MySpace, do you deal with just residential or commercial? What kind of projects do you deal with?
At MySpace, we deal across the board. We deal with commercial, we deal with residential. I mean, we don't discriminate. We are a one-stop shop for real estate. Yes, and we do high cost, we do low cost.
When you talk about low cost, what are we talking about?
We're talking about affordable housing, whereby someone with like 1.5, 2 million, 3 million can afford a unit.
Yes. Interesting. Because I mean, we're looking at a housing deficit of about almost going to the region of 300,000 per year. We cannot meet this. Yes, the government is trying all this, but we cannot meet. And the worst affected are the major cities. We're talking Nairobi, Mombasa, and Kisumu. In Mombasa, what is the challenge currently in terms of home ownership?
Okay, yes, of course, I agree with you. Like in Mombasa, many investors are really focused on holiday homes, luxury homes, without remembering this part, which it needs more houses than even the luxury market. Since you realize 90% of the population who live there, they need some kind of decent housing.
Correct.
Yes.
Mwenda, you have been involved, you said, for 5 years, looking at just the property market at the coastal city. You profile it in the magazines. Who are the kind of buyers that come out on a daily basis to ask for the properties that you're dealing with?
Okay, but buyers mostly, I can say, number one is people from Nairobi. People who, like for example, the current people in Nairobi who have money, they're the people who grew up in Nairobi. So once they're looking for a second house, it's very rare they'll go to Shago or somewhere. So when they want a second house, it's a holiday home, either Mombasa, Naivasha. And also we have seen many people who come to visit Mombasa like tourists. They come for the first time, the second time, the third time they are looking for a property to buy. The guys living in diaspora, I mean, after living away for so long, you want to come and live in a calm atmosphere, more relaxed, more laid back. And that's what Mombasa has to offer.
And of course, experts coming from other countries coming to work in the country also. Some of your biggest customers.
Yes, that's a big market, especially for the furnished units. That's doing so well for the expatriates. Like right now, we have seen so many shipping lines, international shipping lines, setting base in Mombasa, international factories, and all these people needs to be housed in one way or the other. And they're here for like 1 year, for 6 months, then they go away. So you see, they can't buy all furniture, they can't do all that. So they want something which is ready. They come with their bags, settle for 1 year. When their contract is over, they go. Also, there are tourists who stay in Mombasa like for 6 months, then they go back, let's say, to Germany for 6 months. So that's why the furnished units
are making sense for them.
They are making sense for them.
Mwenda, you have been operating property market in Mombasa for a long time. We know Nairobi, Kiambu is really thriving. Why did you decide as MySpace to set base in Mombasa and not Kiambu?
All right. For one, Mombasa, I love Mombasa. I love the people of Mombasa. I like the weather of Mombasa. And I've been dreaming about Mombasa till I was 10 years when I started dreaming about Mombasa. I always dream one day I'll come, live in Mombasa, do business in Mombasa. And I don't believe even in future that will always be our base, our headquarters. Yes.
And we are talking about property and, of course, home ownership. one of the biggest challenges has been credit and just the cost of it. Yesterday, the central bank lowered the lending rates. It will be more affordable for people to get credit. But is that a challenge that you're facing as a developer in Mombasa?
Okay, of course, financing is a big factor in our business, and it seems this week has been a week of good news.
Yes.
I hope it continues.
Inflation
like that.
dropped.
Yesterday,
CBR rate
drops.
11%.
Obama wins.
Obama wins, exactly.
Those are good news for the country. I hope that momentum can continue. The CBR can even drop lower than to 6%, so that the local mwananchi can get at a 10% interest rate. That will be more affordable. You realize very few people would afford. Very few people would afford, let's say, to pay cash for 5 million or 3 billion for a unit. But with the loans, with the financing, with affordable financing, many people are able to take up loans without the fear. Yes.
We are trying to expand Mombasa, coming from the kind of magazine that you publish. Of course, there's the Mombasa Homes Expo that is coming up. What do you intend to achieve by putting out all this information about property at the coastal city?
Okay. Yeah, now with the publication like Unique Homes magazine, basically this is a publication which showcases what Mombasa has to offer. And not only Mombasa, we showcase our property all over East Africa.
Yes.
And again, we realize, for example, we do the Mombasa Homes Expo, which is like twice by annual event. So with this event, we are able to showcase what Mombasa has to offer. And again,
so this is in Nairobi?
No, this is in Mombasa. Also, we participate in the expos here as a company, as MySpace Properties. But mostly in Mombasa, we hold the biannual Mombasa Homes Expo, which is coming like in 2 weeks, November 23rd, 24th to 25th. Now, with this event, you see it happens only for 3 days. If someone's happened to miss the event and they want the information, how do they get it? It's through the magazine, through the Unique Homes magazine. And I mean, the event, like we are going to the 8th edition of the Mombasa Homes Expo. I'm very proud of my team for making it happen. And we are looking for a better, bigger event. We have our main sponsor, who is Kenya Power and Lightning. And MySpace Properties, they're sponsoring the event. Very kind of them. And we are looking forward to make it an enjoyable time.
So you actually see people walk in and end up placing deposits for houses?
Yeah, definitely. That's why we do the expo. That's why how people get to learn. That's how they get to talk to the financials. That's how they get to talk to the suppliers. That's how they talk to the people in the industry. I mean, by the end of the day, all you hear about is private developers, suppliers, but you have never met these people face to face. Maybe you had something to tell them or teach them. This is the only opportunity when you get to face, interact, and you get them to improve on their products, and you get to know more about their products and how you can use their product even in better ways. For example, like Kenya Power is on their launch of M-Power, the prepaid meter. I mean, that's one big step in this industry, and it plays a big role, especially for the landlords. That will be a big step.
If you had a message to pass to potential home buyers who are interested in going to Mombasa, what would the message be?
The message would be, come at the 8th Mombasa Homes Expo and see for yourself what Mombasa has to offer. And it's like a one-stop shop for real estate market and real estate suppliers. So if you come there, it's a 3-day event which will be packed, which will be opened by the Minister of Housing, Honorable Shitanda. Also our local MP will be there, Hassan Joe, and our DC, Tom Mandere, will be there. I mean, we're there to welcome.
Will be there.
Everyone will be there in Mombasa. You can't afford to miss this event.
So basically, it's a tool that is used to open up investment opportunities at the coast.
Exactly, Bonnie.
Many thanks, Mwenda Thuranira, for dropping by and for talking to us. I've been talking to the CEO, MySpace Properties, Mwenda Thuranira, on the opportunities of property development at the coast and just the opportunities that lie for investors and potential home buyers. And you do want to check the Mombasa Homes Expo coming up very soon. Indeed, this has been KTN Financial Markets Live, where we bring you all the relevant business news in regards to investment, both locally and in the regional markets. And also, it is the day that Kenya Airways was our biggest drop, down 5%, with a share currently valued at 11 shillings and 40 cents. Now, do book a date with me later on in the evening for KTN Business Today for a look at other business headlines, both locally and internationally. My name is Bonnie Tunya. Have yourselves a lovely day.